back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master. Last we left off, the group had appeared on the deck of a ship called the Paradox, an airship captained by a Ling ghoul. His sexual orientation is not important, but he could be a bilingual. Are we keeping that?
How many languages does he speak?
Oh yeah, that's in.
Cannon. The ship does have cannons. The flying airship, the Paradox, captained by the lingual. This is a great start. This is the best we've done so far.
All right, we're gonna start again.
Captain Grath.
No, it all stays in.
It's all staying in. Captain Grath. On the airship, Taris, Dr. Tone, and Perry had appeared. However, Damon and Ragnar had appeared upon the limb of a massive tree that was the mirror image of the great tree from the material plane. There, they encountered some odd dealings. One with Ragnar, the other with Philistopheles. After which, Ragnar had gifted Ragnar some new abilities, and Damon had made some deals. After which, they were confronted by a nightmare dragon, one not as large as the one that Perry had seen in his vision, but still a formidable foe just the same. Captain Grath seems to have some kind of interest with this dragon, had flown up, and now a battle had ensued, and we will jump directly back into that.
Nice.
Perry, if I remember correctly, you got acid breathed on the last round.
Before I backed up.
It was
and
the
then
previous one.
I fire breathed and destroyed the bindings that was holding the dragon.
Yeah, you did. So now the dragon is no longer grappled. As you had done that, the dragon breaks itself free. You see a rope kind of zip past you, unfurls over the edge of the ship as Taris zips down the length of this rope straight into battle, provoking an attack of opportunity from the Nightmare Dragon.
Not ancient.
No.
But it is esoteric.
Oh,
That will hit Taris,
ABD.
because it's almost impossible for it not to hit Taris.
IDK?
Doing max damage.
Oh.
Oh, Terrence is on the hurt mode. He's going to try to maintain his
Quick.
grip of the rope.
Get the paddles ready.
He is not.
I had an epiphany the other day driving home.
He's going to fall directly here. He is going, as a free action, make a knowledge check.
Oh, that's wise.
He is, and he's going to expend
Intelligent.
2 of his inspiration points to give him mad bonuses to understand what he's looking at here.
Oh, that's wise.
Boom! 18 on the dice, plus so many things. He knows exactly what this is.
38.
As a swift action, he is going to study it, and in doing so, he is granting all 3 of you there on the ground a +4 to your next attack against the adult dragon. This only lasts, the Nightmare Dragon. This only lasts for 1 round.
Use it wisely.
So Taris slides down the rope, takes the hit, hits the ground. He goes, "Its underbelly is a weak spot. Ow. I'm gonna lay here for the rest of
I
combat."
just look over him. You good, buddy?
It was.
Top of the Inish, Ragnar.
Oh, yay.
As
So I'm currently being grappled by Damon.
Well, I did long enough to move you back. I don't think I would hang on to
That's
you.
how the game works, buddy. So
If you couldn't move him as a free action, you could have let go. But
I thought it was just combat maneuver to move him back away.
yes,
part
But
of the
that's
grapple.
not what was.
yeah, but you
stated.
grappled him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, when he goes
you
to
didn't
break
stay.
free,
Yeah.
So I'm grappled.
Mm-hmm.
when he goes to break free, you can't just say, "I willingly let him go."
That's the thing.
So I turn my attention to you. You have my undivided attention. This is twice. What do you need?
We could have gotten away from here. Go get it.
I ready an action to attack him as soon as he lets me go.
Okay.
Attack him?
Yes.
Attack Damon?
Yes. With my fist, specifically.
You won't punch him.
Oh, yeah.
You take any other actions?
No.
Okay, great.
You get a +4 to that.
Damon.
Oh, I'll let go of him.
Go ahead, Ragnar.
Well, I guess only towards the dragon, right?
What do you mean?
The +4.
Yes, the +4 is only towards the dragon.
I'm so glad we're using that.
So that's 2060.
Yeah, that hits me.
Is it just a
1d4 plus strength.
oh god. Oh god.
Oh no!
11.
Jeez, criminy.
So, when Ragnar says that to you, you're like, okay, and you let go, and he just kind of jabs you in the face, and you're like, ow! By the way, you are still smiting the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Do not interfere with me again.
Back off, Goopy.
And I will.
That was your action.
It's my turn.
That was it.
Yeah.
move.
No, you
That was
can't.
your
This is my
action.
turn.
You would have
Oh, yeah.
you would have had to have moved on your turn.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
You could have.
Blood poured to my nose. We'll talk about this later. I take a free 5 foot step.
You can
up
move
the dragon.
anywhere. It's the same trick that he made to move you. For those who don't know, I put your grappling button. I know too much about that rule. Too much.
You said
38.
It's all full.
My first attack.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
Wow.
What are the odds of that?
Yes, touch it again.
Amos, sweetheart.
Destroy everything.
The
can't
smallest guy
reach my-
causing the most destructive
I
damage.
can't reach my die. What?
Do you have?
We're all aware. You didn't have to explain
Do
it.
you need another d20?
No, he's fine.
Nat 20.
Facts.
Red threat, roll to confirm.
30.
It confirms.
Okay.
Disminded opponent.
You don't deserve this kind of dice left.
I'm like, fine. You want to kill this thing? Let's kill this thing.
That's what I want.
Rolled minimum damage on the first attack.
Ragnar comes back out of rage. He's like, I was just encouraging you.
So that would be for the first attack.
The not crit.
14 damage on the first attack.
The confirmed crit. What's my damage?
36 on the second attack.
Wow, literally add 4 more to what you did and then double it. It's all you had to do.
Okay.
Is it attack and damage that plus 4? Or just to attack?
Just to attack.
Okay.
Oh, and then, yeah, so yeah, definitely it.
Oh, yeah. Turning, addressing Ragnar, as you step forward, you thrust into its underbelly as Taris, not Doctor, as Taris suggested. The blade pierces into the dragon's stomach. It roars out and rears back. Not super thrilled with what you have done here. Do you take any other actions?
Nope.
We will do no such thing, Briscoe.
What did he say?
Be nice to Amos.
He's nice enough for the all of us.
I'm confused.
I
Why?
know you are.
But why?
Why not?
That's a
Better question.
Pokemon.
Why?
The dragon's wings shoot out to either side as he attempts a full round retreat. He bats his wings hard, air gusting over all of you as he begins to ascend up in the air, and Captain Grath's held action will go off as 2 of the cannons fire at the dragon.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes, two arms.
So ascending upward would only be half its fly speed, right?
they cost double the movement to go up.
Yes.
Straight.
Vertically up. Also a fly check, but I'm assuming this dragon could take up to 5 and still get it.
The 2 cannon shot rip by the dragon, completely missing him as he deftly maneuvers out of the way. It's hard to fire a siege engine at a moving object.
That is
Fair.
As he ascends 100 feet into the air.
nice.
Are you standing on the edge of the ship?
I am.
That-
Well, I stepped back a little bit. like 10 feet back from the railing.
Okay, then you don't. He doesn't provoke. Well, he did full round. Never mind. Dr. Tone?
Was this the top of the initiative? We started.
No, we started at the top with moi.
The last thing that had happened
Was
is
that
he did
last?
the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
you,
just so
The
you
last-
are a 10 on the initiative.
That's so unusual. I'm sorry.
I
I
was
was
like-
not used to that.
Like, may I help you?
Oh yeah, I rolled a 1. Sorry.
So he's 100 feet in the air
Oh, yeah.
with the 400 tree?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. So he's moving at half his speed
And moved 100
and
feet.
only did one movement. He didn't double move.
Right. I
I
am
hear you.
aware of the issue at hand. I go 40 feet that way up. Puts me 60 feet from the dragon. So it's a -4 to hit him with a touch.
Sure.
I'm gonna do that right.
You may.
Because I get a +4 from Taylor's, so this is just baseline.
Mhm.
Okay. I will be throwing a flesh-eating bomb at the belly of the dragon.
Don't do that.
I will all but do that.
Don't do that so hard.
Maybe not that.
Oh, let's hope it's not that.
It's not great. Only a 13 to touch.
That will touch the dragon.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
He's a little
Does the
easier.
dragon have any AC from like armor? Not natural armor. This is like he's wearing
natural.
3, 8, 11 points of damage.
Delicious. You throw the bomb. You hit the dragon just square in the chest. The bottle bursts open and you hear that kind of sizzling noise as it begins to corrode his flesh and roll over him. He roars out in pain, but he is much more concerned in getting away than combat. Do you take any other actions?
No,
This might be a ding moment, but you threw that 100 feet.
I threw it 60.
60.
So I was 2 range increments out of.
Sounds pretty near.
He is 100 feet in the air. He flew.
I
40
flew
feet.
40 feet at
Okay,
the
so that
diagonal.
was just a ding moment. Sorry, I was checking.
I thought you were saying for me.
No,
For
for
you.
me.
Yeah. Also, it was just for with a -4 if I
We're
was.
keeping each other honest.
It's what we do best.
27. It's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
27 to overcome spell resistance, if applicable.
Yes.
And I need a reflex save.
Yes.
This dragon's made out of reflex. Probably.
12.
Last one. Almost last one.
Wow. Notice how he just grabbed a new dice.
Nude dice.
A nude
Instead of
dice.
just
32 points of electricity
A
damage
nude ice.
as I lightning
Nude
bolt
ice?
up his booty.
Great. You chant, tone, you point. The electricity courses through you as it did again. The other crew member stepping away from you, like, stop that. As that cacophonous boom echoes out, the stream of electricity hits the dragon straight into the back. You all see its skeleton flash for a moment before its wings tuck from the rapid descent and it crashes back down onto the ground, or the branch of the tree, and you are all effectively out of combat.
Don't mind if I do.
So I land next to Taylor's and help him up.
Thanks, sir. He says that was all part of the plan.
Captain Grath? I have his light notebook.
The airship begins to descend.
I would like to join my friends, but I don't want to break our deal.
He says,
And there's still a lot of information I want to get.
as long as you're within eyesight, I'll allow it.
Okay, perfect.
the airship lands and the crew member begin to disembark. And it seems they are like routinely doing this. It's like they all know their positions and their jobs as they begin to disembark off of the ship. What do the rest of you do?
I will end my reach.
How hurt are you two? Like right
About halfway.
A little more than half hurt.
Oh, hold on. Before you tell him how hurt you are, I punch Ragnar.
Do it! Pretty dumb.
24.
Yes.
Is it in the 20s?
24.
Oh, it's a 1d4.
Did he roll a 12?
No, he rolled a d6.
I rolled a 15. Oh no, the d6. Yeah. I didn't know. 7
D15.
points of damage.
So I imagine you like, listen, I'm really sorry about that.
Exactly like that.
I don't say anything else.
I just cringe.
And we're all friends again.
So sort of take a bomb, twist it,
Well.
and just hand it to you. Say, hold this.
Hang on.
My turn, I get my
Hang
dagger out.
on. Hang on.
It
Hang on.
explodes.
Dang it. I was going to throw it at him.
Spicy.
God damn it.
Man, y'all are on the
I'm
struggle
sure.
bus today.
7, 9,
9,
9,
12.
16 plus a 24. You get healed for 24. You get healed for
5.
11.
Okay.
Tavis also gets
That's
healed.
right.
Anyone in like a 5-foot radius around that bomb gets healed for that.
Oh, I got healed for Ragnar's punch.
Exactly.
I also realized I've been adding my wisdom to my heals, not my caster level. So they're much more better.
More small better.
Interesting.
The ship, as previously stated, lands. The boarding planks drop down, some of the crew members opting to descend via ropes. As they all gather around the dragon and they begin to reposition it, shifting its body over, Captain Grath says, "Chopper!" He yells out. You all see this hatch open on the deck of the ship, like the cargo bay hatch. Ascending out from it is this bronze clockwork servant. However, this clockwork servant doesn't have little legs that it skitters on. It is floating. It has a bright white base that is glowing, and it seems to hover off of some kind of magical field emitting from the bottom of it. It also has 3 arms that extend out. Each arm has some kind of horrifying bladed instrument on it. You would recognize these as probably surgical tools, but they're augmented slightly. It ascends out and it says, "How may I assist you today?" He says, "We have another one, if you will." The clockwork servant, Chopper, descends down and goes over to the dragon. Reaching over and with expertise, it begins to remove the head and decapitate the nightmare dragon in front of all of you. It's just, you see blood just kind of spattering on it. It's like, Grath says, "I would like to compliment you, gentlemen, on how good of a job you did dispatching of the nightmare dragon."
Could have been better. And I stare at Damon.
Also high.
Your timing was timely.
Thank the Captain. Captain Grath. This is Damon and Ragnar.
A pleasure.
Captain, I see you managed to catch our friends. I hope they weren't too much trouble.
They appeared on my ship in no trouble at all. I've actually been enjoying their company. It would seem, with the addition of you two, they will do well to repay their debt to me.
Debt? What debt?
I am shy 5 crew members because of them.
And because of the crew members, but
But
Fair.
you know, apples and oranges.
He looks at you like he's not willing to argue semantics.
Okay.
Look, we did not come here willingly.
No, very few mortals do. Chopper removes the head with a sickening crunch. He turns the skull over, and where the vertebrae enter into the back of the skull, he begins to reach in, carving expertly, and he removes the brain out from the dragon without damaging the skull. Captain, as you ordered, he extends it out to him.
Excellent.
He takes it.
Now, being part of my crew doesn't come without its benefits.
He extends the hand over. You see this odd-looking crew member step up. They are wearing what look to be rags and robes that you would see from, like, the far west, in that kind of desert-like garb. The robes vary in color from, like, a deep burgundy or a maroon color with tattered and white edges that have long since faded into kind of like an off-tan color. This creature steps up, and with long spindly arms and a second pair that is hugging close to its own ribs, takes the brain. You can only see the eyes poking out from the robe, with the exception of the fingers on its hand. As it takes the brain, it begins to chant in tone. Laying its spindly fingers on the brain, it focuses hard. And then suddenly you see the brain dissipate into a goo that rolls between its fingers and back down into the branch of the tree.
I know where its hoard is.
It says,
Excellent. We have a destination. We'll remain here for...
he looks over at Chopper. About an hour, sir. As Chopper is dissecting the dragon and setting off hunks of meat and bone into neat little piles.
Says for an hour. You, gentlemen, have earned a rest. You may board the ship or stay and watch. It's up to you.
Would this horde happen to be home to Sadrok?
Do you ask him?
Says, unfortunately, I know very little about what's around. I only know where it is.
But it's possible.
I hope not.
You don't become an ancient esoteric now, right? You're just idiocracy.
I mean, yeah. But these are all his offspring.
Yeah, and it was hard enough to kill on its own. Thankfully,
Wasn't
we
that
had a
hard.
giant airship.
And this one was relatively young.
Can we get back to
Back to, yeah, come on board.
becoming members of a crew?
Yeah, you just hop on.
Yeah,
Let's go.
they're cool. They're chill. The soup is
what are the
delicious.
details of this?
Well, because of your hard work, we know where the hoard is, and it doesn't go without its reward. That is detail enough for now.
It's totally fine. I trust him with all my heart.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm bored of the show.
Is that a true statement?
I mean,
For me, yes.
kind of. He's not actually been.
I'm gonna
distrusting.
sense motive on Perry.
I mean,
Despite
I'm not
everything,
bluffing. I'm being kind of funny. but I'm
despite
not-
everything
yeah,
he is, I trust him.
Maybe not all my
He
heart.
has a scary voice, though.
Yeah,
Don't be so
And
racist.
his lips don't cover his teeth.
I have
He's
seen
gonna be our
much
best
worse
man.
in my days.
Would I recognize a ghoul if I saw one? I guess I should. What's the knowledge?
They knowledge the planes. Or knowledge religion.
Probably knowledge religion would be better for me. Yeah. 16.
No, you have no idea what it is.
Oh, okay.
I hope.
To put it into perspective,
Well,
the crew members begin to package and wrap the meat and clean the bone and take it back onto the ship, just kind of like ants working on a piece of candy.
I'm watching Chopper, almost like someone appreciating another person do the same craft.
I would also imagine as you're watching him, you're just kind of like, there's no like passion, there's no soul. Like he's efficient, but
Like I've tried to ask one question 5 times, and I'm like, it's There's no point. He doesn't know why he's able to do the things he does.
If you talk to him, he would explain like what he's doing, but he would just be like, "This cut of meat does this. These bones are for this reason." But once again, it's not like it's because the captain told me to.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's more of, like I said, it's one person of the same craft watching someone else do that job. I'm like, that's neat.
Or an expert carpenter watching a machine make a table faster than him.
Yeah. Ain't robots stealing my jobs?
Well, the captain doesn't tell me to do anything else. I'm just gonna go on board the ship, airship.
I'll wait for Chopper to be done and kind of follow him.
I would like to roll a linguistics check.
On the journal.
Spend the hour gleaning as much as I can.
Are you looking for anything specific?
So this journal was his own collection of knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the plane
Mm-hmm.
and Sadrock himself? Or no?
No, just the plane.
Just the plane. Exit strategy?
To get out?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, piecing things together, just trying to...
Sure.
Oh.
With the time that you're spending on it, roll me a d4.
Because it might be longer than that, depending on how long travel is, but...
Well, I guess you would need to roll linguistics first to see if you're even successful.
Probably not. 31. Roll a 19.
Don't look at me, I don't know.
Someone still might be bored.
Yeah,
That would be a
did.
very...
You have a giant crocheted bag of dice, and there's not a d4 in there? 4.
1.
So as you're reading through it, it takes you about an hour to get what you get. So that doesn't come into play until an hour after I tell you this. As far as an exit strategy goes, you would know that you would gather that there are very, very few ways to physically enter the dream world.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, it's a dream or it's astral projection or something to that effect. But to open a gate and get here is nearly impossible, which either adds emphasis onto how powerful Alamon was, or that place that you were in, for him to have done that and for you to be now here.
Mm-hmm.
To get out, however, there are a couple of ways. One way is with a tuning fork that is attuned to the material plane. Hit tuning fork, open up gate, go into material plane. However, the material plane is one of the most difficult places to get to from the dream world.
Oh.
So a tuning fork that is attuned to the material plane in the dream world is a very rare thing. If you were in the plane of fire or something, it'd be super simple if you didn't die.
Immediately.
The other way is through the tree that you are literally standing on.
Oh,
He does not go into specifics or detail into it, but he does say that the tree is connected to the material world and can be used to travel in between the two.
I feel like if we had a druid, that would be a very easy thing to find out.
You could make a long distance call.
It's not like this.
I like to use my line.
Hey, Manzer!
I need the 50-50.
Manzer!
It's not long distance, he's literally right here.
We're standing on top of him.
He's watching right now. Maybe.
Are you still less than half?
No, I'm barely over.
Amos, how hurt are you?
Still about half.
I mean, if you're gonna pulse, make sure I'm close too.
I have one more pulse left today,
Mhm.
so I don't want to use it right now.
Because he's not hurt.
I'm full health.
That's fine.
I guess I can channel again.
Manzeric is gone. There is no answer.
Also with that roll, I would also tell you that he has in detail, but you haven't read into it, has in detail described the different areas of the dream world, who runs them, and what they do.
Everyone heals for 16.
delicious.
How much?
16. And I feel like at that point my mutagen officially goes away. Which is a second.
Hey, Tay.
You helped.
Actively, though. Yes.
Real though. +4. That's not to sneeze at.
That's you. Bless you.
Stop it! No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, my back.
It is a heavy table.
It is a big table.
Tell me you're old without
I
telling
think
me
it's
you're
like
old.
300 pounds.
That's nothing for this guy.
Oh, the
Not you,
table,
yeah,
sorry.
the table.
I'm working on it, alright? Jesus.
Help you be Skippy.
Getting on board the ship, everything that I have previously described is there for you to see and marvel at, including the massive engines, the headpiece, so on and so forth.
Yes. And the magical clock.
So,
Yes.
how long are we part of this crew for?
Till our mission is done.
So we leave.
I like how you're answering his question you just got there.
Thought that was pretty obvious.
We signed. Did we contract
We did not contractually sign, but to be fair, we didn't murder 5 of his
that?
people.
To be fair, if we didn't, they were gonna murder us.
Fair.
So
I don't think pirates usually care.
self-defense.
So
We say all this in front of all the pirates around
For
us.
sure.
They don't really seem to care.
Yeah, it's probably normal.
Airship.
They is pirates.
They really do be that. Not even sometimes. Just all the time.
Yar har, yar har.
They are perpetually pirates.
that sounds like they're dead. Aren't dead?
Redid.
What did you read it?
Redundant.
Ow! It's getting more
This is
painful.
great content. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, the viewers are just like,
And
do you need a push?
Quick, drop another dragon on us.
Just dump the box.
Oh no.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I guess we all need new characters. not this you.
oh yeah, I need to start that
So...
for no apparent reason.
Tezos pushes. Let's go. All right. So we are going toward the horde of the Nightmare Dragon.
Correct.
That one in particular?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I inspect this device at the head of the ship?
If you would like to ask,
A little of both.
if you'd like to ask more details from the cloaked figure to know about where you're going and what you're doing, you may.
I'm spending an hour reading, so I can't.
That is noxious music. Sorry.
But here's the thing.
Ain't no thing.
The chicken wing.
But the chicken.
Stop.
Hey, got that thing.
All of you stop.
Then start.
I'm allowing you to role play, but you're all just like, we don't know what to do without the DM.
Yay! I rolled and then played.
I punch Ragnar again.
But I want to act it out.
Two for flinching.
I commandeer the ship.
I
What?
comment on the ship.
So after they dissect the dragon, move all the parts on board, Grath gives you have an hour to just stand there. Grath gives the order and the aircraft begins to take off and steer towards its location.
How are we going?
Questions about this device in the bow of the ship?
Okay.
One at the front.
Just what it was. I would ask a crew member, assuming one is using it actively.
In the front of the ship?
Yes.
No, no one is using it actively.
Then I would ask a more fancier.
There is a helmsman.
I would ask a fancier looking crew member, maybe the helmsman. This guy doesn't know nautical terms or anything akin to that, so.
So if you do approach the helm, the ship is being steered by a young woman. She has a kind of bright orange hair, like that of fresh copper. Her skin is abnormally pale, and her eyes are a brilliant green. She is extending her hand onto the flat surface of this device, and there is a sphere in the center of it that projects all of the surroundings around you in a certain radius. It seems to go for hundreds of feet out, but it allows her to see in a 360-degree view. As she moves her hands over the surface of the table, you do feel the ship react to it. As if there is no steering wheel, it is by this that she maneuvers the ship.
So, sort of walking up, I ask, first of all, identify what she is?
Humanoid.
Hey, thanks.
Copper-like skin and brilliant green eyes.
I'm
Yes.
surprised you didn't say does she smell like
It's Lindsay
toast?
Sterling.
What?
Is she a bard?
Literally.
Well, someone is, like, going to town on the accordion, so...
Accordion?
According to
Yeah.
That's not a girl. That's Weird Al.
They see me mow.
What?
what is happening? Everybody's got this weird energy.
I forgot what shirt I'm wearing too.
Knowledge alchemy.
Oh?
I don't think you have that.
I rolled a 15.
They probably good.
Total?
Oh, yeah, 37.
37, you say?
Barely.
Good heavens.
Yeah,
It gets better.
You know everything about what she is.
she's out of your league.
This is an android.
Ooh.
Oh.
Which
Androids
number?
are superficially identical to humans in many ways, and to the uninformed, it can be difficult to differentiate between the two. In the right light, though androids' alien nature is revealed by the metallic sheen in their eyes and the biological tattoo-like circuitry that riddle their skin, she doesn't seem to have that. Their bodies are completely artificial, though made of materials that mimic the flexibility, shape, and density of human flesh and bone.
Neat.
Nobody is
I didn't want to.
nobody is entirely certain where androids originate from, but they can be they can deteriorate and become destroyed and regenerate from the previous, kind of like a phoenix from their previous remains.
That's why.
So, sort of walk up and is like, hello there.
Hello, she says, and like glances at you and then goes back to what she's doing.
The device in the front of the ship, what is its purpose?
She says, it is a soul collector, or more specifically, to collect the bound.
Bound for what?
Those that have been trapped, in the mist.
Oh,
She says, it absorbs them and uses them as a fuel source.
how many souls has it collected in the most recent journey?
She says, ever since the bound have been appearing onto the tree, we have collected. She pauses and thinks for a minute. 15.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
How long have you served aboard the ship?
I have served here for about 2 years.
How long has the ship been in service?
I am uncertain. That would be a question for Captain Grath.
Of course. What is your plane of origination?
She says, I am also uncertain of that. I woke up one day and I was in the service of Captain Grath here on the ship,
Neat.
which would suggest she died on the ship.
Ooh, wee.
Well, I will not disturb you any more than what is necessary, and I appreciate your time.
You are welcome, she says very flatly.
What is your designation?
What do you mean?
Name?
Oh, she says, my name is Mia.
Thank you, Mia.
Oh.
I would look to see if I could talk to Grath. I don't know if he's busy or...
He is standing at the front of the ship.
I
and
would have just asked...
looking at what they're doing.
I would have just asked him. Yeah, so I would go towards Grath to ask him pretty much the same questions.
Mm-hmm. He would expound on that. He would say, the bound, much like a soul, can be absorbed through infernal machinery. They can be used as a fuel source of sorts. This He taps the little orb on the hull of the ship. Ding, ding.
Is a little trinket I picked up in my travels. It has fueled this airship for several years and will continue to do so.
There's a lot of infernal engine and weaponry here.
Yes. It's some of the best to make in all of the planes.
Yes.
A lot of people want to use different magics, but they lack the sufficient power to completely lift an airship of this magnitude off of the ground.
It is a good power source.
You need something more. I would have collected one of the souls while we were fighting the dragon, but they seemed to dissipate into the mist when frightened. It's hard to track them down. They're elusive, incorporeal, shifting to and fro amongst the mist, as if they can travel through it freely.
Can you not?
Not like they can. We can fly from A to B. They simply dissipate and manifest.
Interesting. You're a homeless person, Mia.
Yes,
How long have you had an android aboard the ship?
I've always had one or two. They don't last long. They seem to be lacking the kind of self-preservation that mortals like you have.
I kind of like mortal, maybe a bit of a stretch there. But conversations for a different day.
You also don't know how long he lives, or if he can die.
Or if he's even alive.
That might be why you roll knowledge religion to know what he is.
Just saying.
How? And the final question, and so someone else can go. It would be, how long has this ship been in service?
I've had it for nearly 10 years.
By the way, you've already read that information because it took an hour for you to read that and to dissect the dragon.
Nice.
So, yeah, you already know those things.
Years.
And how long have you had Mia in your service as your homeless person?
About 5 of those. This iteration of her, about 2.
That's what she said.
We did all we could to resurrect her previous form, but sometimes it's better just to let nature run its course. And I use that term freely.
Of course.
I'm doing a lot of self-reflection here of, recent revelations in my life. Yeah, if someone else wants to.
Yeah, I walk up as you're talking to the captain. Is that Captain? I appreciate your hospitality. However, I do need to know when we will be able to leave, because we have other concerns going on in our plane.
When you've paid off your debt.
Debt? What debt?
Well, your crew had killed 5 of mine.
And your crew was going to do what to them?
What they do best, their job. But that's irrelevant.
They didn't do it
Especially
very-
since I'm the one that's piloting the ship that you're on.
Yeah.
Captaining the ship.
Again, I appreciate the hospitality. What is required in this debt payment?
Well, I can place a gold value on my crew members if you'd like. Something that you could pay off.
Okay, such as?
10,000 gold. So 50 for the lot.
Let's see.
Exterminate.
Exterminate.
Exfoliate.
He had to, couldn't do it. Alternatively, what else?
Surprise me. If you do something worth that, I may see it that you leave peacefully.
That's how you acquire all your crew members?
No. Only those that owe me something. Most of them ask to be here. You're lucky to be on the Paradox.
We're not supposed to be here at all. But as you point out, I'm guessing most mortals you run across aren't here by choice anyway.
Most of them fuel the ship.
Huh. This place is creepy. I mutter as I walk away.
More fuel for the
He's
fire.
creepy.
He mutters as you walk away.
He's an odd sort. He's gone through a lot. Alternative payment. I sort of motion to the device. When was the last time you fueled the ship?
It had been a couple weeks. We're down to about a third of a tank.
So, is there a particular way to harvest? That felt weird. Harvest the souls and put them into the device?
Yes. They nearly have to be within 30 feet of the device. Once it's activated, it traps the soul. Some resist it, but very few. However, I am curious. I've never tried it on a living creature before. Only the bound, or wayward dreamers.
Well, usually the soul has to be separated from the body. It's a whole.
There is another way to do it. Nightmare hags, or dream thief hags, have a small little trinket that they collect. They use it to gather the souls of sleeping people in the material planes. If I were to collect one of those, it would hold a fuel source for much longer.
So, instead of 50,000 gold, if we were to find one of these things, and I'm sure nightmare hags or dream hags are probably commonplace here, would that be sufficient payment?
More than enough.
So that plus getting us back to our native plane.
I cannot take you back to the material world, but something that I can do is point you in the right direction.
That's better than nothing at all. That's what I pulled out of hand.
His abnormally massive hand curls around and his fingertips like meet onto the back of your palm as he shakes your hand.
We find such a item. It is yours for our to buy us back.
And a man's word is his bond.
I know that better than most. I kind of point to the horns. Is there anything I could be doing in the meantime? I am skilled at alchemy, potion making, that sort of thing.
I have something more hands-on for you to do. You should rest now until we get to where we're going.
Yeah. I've been through a lot.
I wonder what that is.
Sleep.
Sleep.
What is sleep like in the dream world?
That'd be knowledge of the planes. Or I could just tell you, because it's not really. So if a living creature is in the dream world and they sleep, they actually void of dreams. And they just have a restful and peaceful sleep. Because reasons.
Okay.
If you study the book, there are answers there, and that is important. However, if you were to just sleep, you
Does
don't
it feel
manifest
like
or do.
You still need 8 hours, or is it accelerated?
You do still need a long rest.
Okay.
Unless you have a ring that says you only need 4.
Your body still wears.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. To put it into perspective, the world is altered by dreams, not the individuals.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You are just here and part of it. The world is shifting and moving and
So
changing
even though the
constantly.
material plane is frozen in time at this moment, or it was
Imperceptibly still not frozen.
right.
Yes.
Even while we're on this plane, we are still aging,
Yes.
or not.
Yes.
Okay. So when we go back, we will have aged.
Yes. You can roll me knowledge of the planes if you'd like.
Yeah. Curious. Also have
The DC is 20 because this plane of existence is a little more unique.
well, probably not. That's a 2.
You have plus 18.
Dude, you know what? That's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as far as you're concerned, when you get back, no time would have passed.
Cool. Neat. Also, while I'm reading, Kind of look around and see if anybody's paying attention to me, or if they're just kind of leaving me in the corner. Is anybody perceiving me? 25.
Doesn't seem so.
Then I will stealthily or sleight of handily, however you want to roll this, check on Wormy.
He is not there. What? Robbie looks up at you. Yeah, I was meaning to talk to you about that. It's a little roomier in here than before. Where'd he go? How am I supposed to know?
Because you were there the whole time.
I sleep 18 hours a day.
But he sleeps 24 hours a day.
Not anymore.
There's no signs?
Hang on.
Do you leave a note?
He immediately gets distracted by something else and never returns.
About 20 minutes later, he's like, "What'd you ask?"
Any signs of Wormy? Where he could have gone?
Worm sign?
Yeah.
He comes back up, his eyes are bright blue.
I pooped in the corner, but no, I can't find Wormy.
Womp womp.
What would the Herald of Dreams do in the dream world?
I would assume anything it wanted.
I know. What? They took my pack, but they didn't filter through it.
I didn't see them filter through it.
Okay. I don't have any tracking ability or any. Okay.
Do I?
Do you? Can you track them?
I don't know. I'm your
Oh,
familiar.
okay,
You
you're
tell
my
me.
ferret. You're my ferret. You're not the DM's ferret.
Oh, yeah, I'm in charge here.
I didn't even level him up.
Who are you?
Bing.
He's still a level 1
2.
ferret?
No.
Oh, actually, he's a medium creature now.
Whoa.
Hello.
He's a small luck dragon.
He's a tiny luck
A
dragon.
medium ferret.
Oh, dude, he just grabs the couch and pulls it into the corner.
That's a 6 foot long ferret.
This is my couch
He
now.
has no tracking abilities. Oh, actually, he does. He has scent. Can you scent him
Where would he had sent him?
wherever he went?
Ah.
Indubitably.
Oh my god.
Stop that.
I guess it only sense his presence
Not necessarily.
Merry Christmas.
within a radius.
You can detect another creature's presence, but not specific
Merry
location.
Christmas.
You could do if there was a fresh trail,
Mhm.
it'd be a DC 10 on survival.
Oh, just a 9.
With a 5.
No
Wow.
bonuses?
With a +1. I rolled poorly.
You didn't level him up.
Does he not get bonuses? I mean, that's not one of his strength skills.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you level him, he has skills to allocate. Skill
They're
points.
automatically allocated.
Oh.
And survival is not one of them.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask how acrobatic he is, that's a +22.
So it's a 10 for what?
To track a fresh scent.
Okay.
So it's not even fresh, though. But he failed.
He rolled a 5, so does he pass?
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Sorry.
I've got him.
26
He's just sitting around and chasing his tail.
Plus 26?
+26.
Cool.
No.
And he can fit into any area that his head can fit into.
Yeah. He's almost as stealthy as me.
What?
Guy out.
Okay, if he's in this pack, I'll find him.
Yeah.
Might be.
I don't know. I would kind of stealthily, while nonchalantly reading, search about the ship. Just
Any
trying
more
to
specific?
blend in to all the areas, the crew areas, the captain's areas, all the things I'm not supposed to be in.
Roll me a perception check.
That's a 19. What's the number? The 34.
34. Roll me 5d6.
Need a total?
Yes.
9.
9. Within 20 minutes, as you're just kind of like, I'm just reading my journal, just.
I can roll a stealth if it helps.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to.
18. It's 27. Was that 30?
40. There you go.
5.
You're almost there. There you go. Barely noticed.
You move about.
At will.
Just
Yes, however, he's in a crowded area. So anything you're doing is in perception range.
Yep.
But generally, like, people don't really seem to focus on you or notice what you're doing as you're just kind of like, da, 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 da. You move below deck into the library room. As he's doing all this, what do the rest of you do?
Since I have no marketable skills other than swinging a sword,
And we appreciate you.
we
for
love
that.
you for that.
I try and find the first person who's willing to give me a task that doesn't require too much skill labor.
Oh, drop off the edge.
There are a couple of people that you can approach if you would like. There is a short, stocky Dwergar that is missing 2 of his fingers. Normally, Dwergar had silver hair. He has silver roots, but the ends of it are dark, or like a dark ashen color. Almost the same as his skin, but a little darker than that. He has burn marks on his face and on his hands, and he seems way too excited to be like moving about the ship. He's just like super full of energy. The other person that you take note in is that odd insectoid-like creature with the full robes. They are standing on the navigation deck and looking over the ship. They are doing absolutely nothing. There is another person that's moving back and forth. They are a drow. They are wearing very nice and prim clothes. It is the same drow that had served all of you at the table with Captain Grath. He has his hair pulled back in a tight ponytail. He's very clean, clean cut, well groomed, nice clothing, and he's going around and doing stuff. Where the other 2 seem like they have jobs. One of them is to observe, and the other one is to go around deck and be loud. He is just going around and completing tasks.
I approach him.
You may.
Diffidently.
You may diffidently approach him.
I'm not sure quite how to phrase this. However,
He stands almost 6.5 feet tall.
taller I am. I'm not exactly sure what I'm expected to do on the captain while I'm here.
Oh, he hasn't told you?
No.
Well, your next task is to go with your crewmates into the dragon's lair to obtain the hoard.
I beg your pardon.
You have it. He says,
Just us?
yes, it's part of the initiation process. We're not entirely certain what is there because part of the spell requirements is to only know the location and the objects they're in, but nothing about traps or what other creatures inhabit the area. And with a tree of this size, where we're going, we're uncertain what may be there.
I see.
Yes, but you so deftly handled the dragon before that we have nothing but the utmost confidence in you.
Confidence. Great. Yes. Is this something you've done before?
Me? Oh, heavens no, I am not a fighter.
Is there anyone on this ship that has?
Oh, yes, all of the new crewmates have done something to this effect.
Who's the best at it?
The best?
Who is the most successful at it?
I would say that's a matter of opinion because there are a few people that never came back, so the people that are good at it are still currently on the ship. The one that obtained the most, however, in his was Boomgrowl.
Boomgrowl.
Yes.
I see. Could you point me in their direction?
He gestures to the Dwargar.
Ah. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
I approach the Boomgrowl.
He's got a like a ramrod with a brush. He's cleaning out the cannon, right, that had fired, and he is just vigorously just getting at it. Like, this is the most exciting thing that he's got going on in his life. And that gunpowder is just like rolling over his face, and you're like, oh, his hair is white. As he is just going to town on this cannon.
The Master Boom Growl.
That's what they call me. And what might now your name be?
I am Damon.
Damon, a pleasure to meet you, he says.
Take his hand.
He shakes like that whole like demeasuring contest where it's just like real hard.
Yeah.
And he's just like, a pleasure to meet you. Welcome aboard the ship. He says, so what you plan on doing when you get to the Dragon's Hoard? How you gonna go about it? I tell you what I did. I walked in there with a keg of gunpowder, snuck it, the captain didn't even see it. I took the gunpowder in. There wasn't any dragons, but just in case. And I completely cleared everything out. There were traps, but not when I was done with them.
An expression of horrific realization starts spreading across Damon's face, and he's trying desperately to hide it. It's like, oh, I see.
Hey,
Was that your idea?
it was.
And what inspired that?
Oh, the explosion. It's so inspiring. Have you ever seen a keg of gunpowder go off?
I think I have.
It's the mounting, the mounting suspense as the wick begins to burn. That melodic hiss as it approaches the keg. And then that sudden and rewarding explosion, he says. Oh, it is a delight. I'll be able to show it to you. You want to take a keg with you? It might come in handy. Keg.
What did you do before you were on the ship?
This.
The explosives?
Oh, of course. He says, I actually came from the plane of Earth. My parents went to the plane of Earth to mine and to send things back to the material plane for the rest of my family. He says, but picks and hammers, they take too long. We ain't dwarves, and dwarves think they know everything. He says, we cleared it out much faster. We found gunpowder. We knew how to make it, and we knew how to make it good.
And was the captain satisfied with your results?
Oh, I had the most successful claim on the hoard that anybody else on the ship has had yet.
Were there any downsides?
Downsides? What do you mean?
Again, horrific realization. I just thought I'd ask.
Oh, it's smart. You're a big picture kind of person.
Trying to be.
Yeah, the only thing I know how to do is light and get away.
Is there anyone else who went with you on that?
No, of course not.
He's really good at one of those.
It was just you by yourself.
No, I'm sorry. You asked if somebody went with me. Yes, somebody did go with me.
And where are they now?
They're still there.
Oh,
Well, they're kind of everywhere.
I see.
I should have said something.
Like run?
Yeah. You live and you learn, you know what I mean? Well, if you live, you learn, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, I see. I
It's an
see.
important word there.
I need to go have a talk with your captain.
Oh, you can do that if you want.
It's good to meet you.
Oh, it's good to meet you too.
Woo!
Okay, bye.
Finally, he listened.
Woo! Just silly salmon around the edge. I'm broken.
I just go and look for a room. to sit in.
There are quarters. Some of them are sectioned off with private rooms, but you see like the majority of the crew have bunks that they sleep on that extend from wooden post to wooden post.
I will look for an empty one and just sit there and wait.
One of the crew members points you towards an empty one. He was like, "It was occupied this morning, but you can have it now."
You're welcome.
We did that. That was me. I made that.
I
Anyway,
exploded him.
It's a lot of stabbing.
It was a lot of stabbing.
you get to the cargo area.
Yes.
And as you approach the cargo area,
Cargo boom.
you, with your stealth, reach over and you kind of like check the door, and it is locked. This has been aside from the private quarters, it is the only locked room you have come across.
Is there anybody in here?
Oh, there are a lot of people everywhere.
Oh, stop falling. Just along with my stealth and my picking abilities and my masterwork set. Stealth of 1 or 7. Okay. Stealth of 34. I swear that was a 1, but it was not. And sleight of disable device.
You may.
Net. 20. For a 42 total.
You realize the door was never locked. It was always on.
Oh, it was just a little kind of help him out right.
Sorry.
Little booty bump.
Tush
Not,
push.
not to take your net 20 powers away.
It unlocks. You feel like it shouldn't have, but it do.
I perceive for traps real quick before I turn the handle.
Roll me that thing.
Okay, let me remember.
I should have told you to anyway, but I didn't expect you to open the door.
Okay.
You should have known it was trapped to begin with.
So it is trapped.
Yes.
35.
Yeah, silent alarm spell.
But I didn't open it. I just
Correct.
unlocked it.
Yes. And also, if you would like, because I didn't do my job as a DM, if you want to pocket that for this specific door, you may. If you'd rather not unlock it now and pocket that D20 for a later date. Your skeleton key.
For that one.
Yeah.
How would you disable silent alarm? You'd have to magically
The dispel.
dispel it.
You can disable magical devices. Disable device works on magical devices.
Would I know the DC of that?
It's as if it's etched into the door frame and he just needs to scratch it out. If you screw it up though, it triggers the alarm.
I'm willing to try.
You may.
One.
Oh, 25.
I'm also not familiar with the alarm spells. I don't cast them too often. So if it says in the spell, these are the deeds for it.
I mean, it's a
probably
low-level spell.
It's also
It is a low level spell, but a very useful one.
Yes. 25 to disable.
25. So roll me another stealth check.
Yep.
Or a sleight of hand.
Which one?
It'd be sleight of hand, I would say.
Do it without being noticed?
Yes.
32.
32.
Yeah.
You reach up and you just kind of like check, nobody's watching. You reach up and just as quickly as possible, and you mark through the arcane symbol. What you doing? You hear like right beside you.
Is it Robbie?
No.
Oh.
You see a halfling standing there. She is wearing just like a tattered red shirt with overalls over it. She is covered in grease and is holding a massive wrench, one that is just way too big for her tiny, tiny frame. She has real shortcut kind of auburn hair with that same smudges of grease in it. As she looks up at you, she has bright, inquisitive eyes, and even for a halfling, she looks very young.
Oh, just reading away, you know.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm being an engineer, she says, holding up like the wrench, right?
Oh.
She says, I was working on the engine, she says, and Captain Grath has asked me to keep an eye on this door, and I was just curious on what you're doing over here.
Door. Oh, I was just leaning. It just seemed like a nice, comfortable nook to lean against.
Tell me that bluff.
Yep. Oh no. Oh no. It's not one.
Sounds like it may as well be.
2 away. Yes.
17? Yeah. She says, you're interested in what's inside, aren't you?
Well, isn't one always interested in what's inside doors?
She says, you know that's the cargo room, don't you?
Yes.
She says, it's full of just mostly dragon right now, actually. She says, it's going to be full of the hoard if you and your companions do your job.
Yeah, so I keep hearing about our job.
Uh-huh.
What is?
Your job?
Yeah.
Whatever Captain Grath tells you to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the hoard is our job.
For now.
What are typically in the hoards?
Money, she says.
Oh.
She says, gold that will be distributed amongst the crew members, and any rare magical trinkets will be used for the benefit of the crew or added to Captain Grath's collection. He's not necessarily interested in gold unless it can buy him something more.
He's interested in the magical values of
Yes.
items and such.
A collector is his.
Yes.
A collector of his notability is renowned where he's from.
I figured as much, being who and what he is.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So, do you need any help down here?
She says, "Do you know anything about engineering?"
I've read a few books.
Robbie looks up at you.
Once.
Have you?
I don't know.
And she says, "Appreciate the offer, but because we didn't have to do any direct combat with the dragon, the ship is tip-top. I'm just making sure everything's running fine."
All right.
She says, "So how long are you going to be here? Because I'm not supposed to let anybody stand next to the door."
Okay, I could let's go decide to it. Good.
It would make me more comfortable if you were above deck.
It's so loud up there.
You can roll me a diplomacy.
I will.
And
that
that
one
20
nat
gets
20.
yeah.
That's a 17.
17?
I'm really just like, it's kind of peaceful down here.
She says, "I'm going to go check on a few things, and I'm going to come back in about 5 minutes. You promise you'll be gone?"
Yeah, I guess.
I would still say that's a bluff.
That's much better. 30.
She says, "All right, I have your word."
Yes, you won't even see me.
Okay. She says as she walks up. He's so trustworthy.
Visibility. How long does that last? Minutes per level? Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I go into the door.
You're on the door.
Immediately as soon as she's out of sight.
Stepping into the door,
Oh god.
you see there are a couple things of note. Firstly, it is kind of a maze. When you step in there, there are stacks of boxes. Looking up, you can see the metallic grate from the deck, and you can see the light pouring in and the shadow of footsteps of figures moving over. And the area that you're standing in is this area. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 10, 15, 20, 25 by 25.
Okay.
Yes. As you step into the room, you look around, there are just the giant leaky barrels of meat that are off to the side, the
Gross.
collection of bones that are hanging up. The skull is not there, you do know.
Okay.
It is not in this room.
Do I need to make perception for anything that is, or is it just obvious?
Oh, it's obvious.
Okay.
As you begin to look about, you do see that there is a vat up against the wall. This vat sits about 10 feet long and about 4 feet high. And it's just a long cylinder with 2 metallic clasps to either side to keep it locked in place. You do see it has a heavy base on the bottom that fixes it to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
This is not meant to move ever, anywhere, ever again. You can roll me Knowledge Arcana to identify what this is.
God, the threes. The third 3.
3 for 3.
That'd be 21.
21, you said.
21.
I know a lot about Arcana. But not as much as I could have.
It's either a duck or it's not.
That's true. In this case,
Two
it's a
things in the
potato.
universe: a potato and not a potato.
You're right.
Did it meet?
Everything sucks. Anyway,
There's a 15%.
so this is an alchemical machine. This mimics the properties of Magic Jar, but it is not solely confined to the spirit or the soul. Solely confined to the soul. It can trap an entire living creature within it. This creature is suspended by like an anti-magic field and is unaware of its surroundings while in the vat. A creature is subjugated to this by being placed into it. The clasps come off and the back of it opens up completely, giving like a half cylinder. But the caveat is the creature has to fit into it, and the creature can make a will save once being placed into
I
it.
swear to God, if Wormy's in there.
And it is active.
Is Wormy in there? Oh, it's not.
You can't see
Translucent?
anything. No, it's just glowing this dull green.
Oh,
know
I've
what you
got
must
a bad
do.
feeling.
You know what you must do.
I will do. I'm gonna cast invisibility.
You must do it.
On myself. Is it trapped? Do I get tingly senses?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that is perceive the trap. 32.
So with a 32, you begin to kind of like look around and examine. Not that you can see.
I trust myself. Is it locked?
The machine? Yes.
I disable? Or is there anything around it that could help to unlock? Any sign of a keyhole?
It's not a physical thing, it's a magical thing. So whoever put this in there is the only person that can magically open it.
Ooh. That's the hardest button to push.
That isn't to say that it can't be disabled, just without, like, breaking it.
Hulk smash.
Would it still be a disabled device check?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, going off of what you know about it, you do know once you open it, whatever's in there is going to be awake.
Yeah. I have the feeling it's wormy.
I feel like
It's either a squirrel or
this
it's
is
not.
gonna be the end of the campaign.
I loved it.
It's the end of the show.
Immediately crashes the airship.
Because I think
It
I
was
know what
supplying
it
the
is.
power.
Oh, that's not what that is. That's not.
You don't know.
It's not a soul trap.
You literally don't know.
I literally do. I'm gonna try. Because where's the fun in not trying?
Are you telling me or yourself?
Myself.
I can only tell you the world that you're in.
Uh-huh. Do I need to roll a new character?
If you smash it open, yes.
40. 18. Roll.
You begin working on the machine, right? And like as you look at it, it's kind of complicated, and you look at the complexities of it, and you're like, I got this. You doubted yourself at first, but then it all starts falling into place, and you're like, I got this. I need a will save.
Oh no.
Oh,
I knew that.
girl.
I knew that. I'm a dummy. Okay. 23.
As you begin doing so, you see these runes form under you. You suddenly feel this gripping sensation on your chest, as if something like the you that is you, your consciousness, your soul, is about to be drawn from your body in its entirety. You immediately kind of like step back as you feel the "Gah!" and you stumble as the dissipates. You now that you've seen it, you may roll me a spellcraft.
Heart is like thumping.
This is not what you're supposed to be doing.
What's a rogue?
33.
What's a rogue?
No, I'm talking about his heart.
33
Oh, spellcraft.
spellcraft.
Probably.
Yeah, that does.
That goes like
Yeah.
above level 9.
Yeah, I was about to say. This is a trap the soul seal. The area around the vat is trapped. If anybody except the person that placed the creature in there tries to mess with it, it'll draw the soul from the person that's standing in the seal.
So I was probably like 2 points away from having to roll a new character.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Okay, what's in there?
Also, with that, you would know that this specific trap resets after one round.
So I quickly look. Did I do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
you did not disable it. You were in the process of doing so, and it triggered. So when somebody starts messing with it, and it takes you a
Okay. Is it so it's physical contact with it?
Yes.
I know that about the spell, right? Physical contact.
It just if anybody messes with it,
So even from a distance.
if you try magics to open it or anything from that effect, yes.
All right. All right.
YOLO.
While still invisible, what do I?
Go on.
I'm
Proceed.
Let me look inside my bag of holding for nonsense.
It is a handy haversack.
Correct, which is a form of bag of holding.
Which is a bag of ravioli fairy.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what he said. You are correct, Shane.
I know. I'm always right. Except when I'm
Roll me 2d4.
Why'd I put it back? 1,
2,
4,
3.
So in the moment that you were working on the machine, you know it took you 5 rounds. So that means that thing would have activated 5 times while you were working on it.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
My will's not great. I know where I'm in over my head.
We need to find somebody with goodwill.
Hey, Damon. Hey, Doc.
I don't even know if I have a soul, so whatever.
Oh, good point.
Oh, that tickles. Oh, goodness.
You're not real.
Perry, I need you to hurry.
Just like on his shoulders, like, you got this, buddy. You got this.
Can your mage hand not articulate?
So that's why any magical means to mess with it as well.
You also stated, because that's the part that threw me off. Mage hand is able to be done from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's on the vat itself.
On the floor.
In the area.
In the
It's
area.
like an area effect.
But you never stated a distance or anything like that, right?
It's in this room. The whole room is trapped.
Okay.
So, before, I forgot her name. My engineer friend. Did I ask her name?
You did not.
Engineering?
Okay, engineering. Comes back. I will take a snippet of rope and jam the lock so it does not relock. Which would be a disable device, I believe.
Oh, we had to use this crappy lock for a moment.
39 to disable the lock from relocking.
What was it?
A 39. Well, I'm trying to do it in an inconspicuous way. But
How's that working out for you?
And
we'll
so
see. I mean, I rolled
spectaculous.
decent.
That's true,
but I
yeah.
have 39 for disable.
What roll have you had that's been in the 30s?
Attacks?
You literally just rolled.
That's it.
I don't.
No.
I'm saying like I'm
Attacks.
Yeah.
Damage.
No. That's it. And me.
What did you get on the...
39 disable.
Good news and bad news.
Yeah.
You set out to do what you wanted to do. You broke the lock.
Okay.
It can never be relocked.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
What's the bad news?
That's very noticeable to the next person that tries to unlock the door.
Yeah.
So
I was never here.
As you work on that, you hear somebody approaching the door.
Is it my friend?
No.
Oh no.
I assume...
Is it Tay?
Are you on the out? Did you go on the outside?
Outside, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As you break it and you're like, oops, you see that tall, lean creature with the binding step down and begin to walk towards
You.
that room.
Can you see invisibility?
That's what I'm looking at.
Out of planar creatures is not of the realm
I
of
know,
possibility.
I know. I would still stealth.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay.
It's true sight, huh? Interesting. So he's walking down the stairs.
Yes.
I just broke it. I'm going to try and stealth my way to the other side.
Do that thing.
Without any invisible bonuses, that is a 31.
31?
Yeah.
He walks up to the door. He reaches into his pack. He draws out a key. He puts it in the lock. He opens it. You leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you get up on deck, the captain says, "We're here." The ship flies up to the tree as you're just like standing next to everybody, and you're like,
I'm like, yeah, as soon as I can get in, disable or dispel it. Oh, finally. Woo!
Boom Growl goes, "Go blimey!"
I've been here the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been here the whole time.
So am I.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah.
do you think they noticed me?
I noticed you.
Oh, at least someone does.
Oh, that's sad. You want to come with us?
No. This is your job.
Oh.
The airship flies up to this tree. You see that the way that the tree is naturally shaped, the bark intertwines and wraps and rolls. You do see it look like very much like how owls hide in the nook of a tree and they just look like the bark. The bark shapes and opens into this wide kind of cavern. If you were to just be flying by it, you may never have noticed it. But because they know exactly where they're going, the airship pulls up to the side of it. Captain Grath turns. He says,
Get your crew here.
All right, everybody. I start pointing to the rest of the crew, like his crew too.
Yours specifically. The ones you came with.
Oh, let's just stop these two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tyrus is like,
Oh, well, hey, yeah, you too, buddy.
"No, I'll stay here. I don't care. You don't need me."
Why, you don't want to see a dragon hoard?
No.
Where's your curiosity now?
I left it when I saw the dragon.
I want you to say that first word again.
Also,
Where? With
side
more
note,
emphasis.
Can you play some sort of music? I think if it's not playing, there's a little static sound.
Oh, well, I do have waves going right now. So.
Oh, maybe that's what it is, Matt.
Yeah.
It might be little waves.
Yeah.
We did the thing, the sound of the thing.
Thing and the thing and the sound of the thing.
Little waves.
I appreciate you, Shane. Because I knew what you were doing.
Amos over here is like, what are you doing?
But why?
Cheers.
That was my line.
He drops the gangplank down into what looks to be just a simply empty cavern. There is a stone floor, and you can see a ways into the darkness, but you don't really see anything in that immediate area, even with your 60-foot dark vision.
So, what sort of layout should we be expecting?
That's unique for each horde.
Oh, Menzer can use his insight. Oh.
Yeah, I miss him too. Are we looking for anything specific to bring back?
Whatever the dragon should be hoarding.
Let's see.
Any precious items or gold. The more gold you bring back, the more will be divvied out. And you lot get an extra share for your contribution.
And that could go towards paying off the debt.
It could. I would keep it then.
Although 50,000 seems pretty steep for
Or
that crew. That was.
the soul bag that belongs to a Nightmare Hag would also work.
What did you call me?
A Nightmare Hag. The soul bag that Nightmare Hags use to collect the souls of the living that they drain the dreams of.
He never said it was a bag.
The trinket.
Ding, ding,
Sorry,
ding, ding.
I personally know out of character that it's a bag.
It's not a bag.
In other editions of this game that we play, it
Other
is a bag.
versions of
Specifically, and it's a very grotesquely made bag.
Ooh.
Him and Nightmare Hag's nightmare bag?
Yeah.
All
Stitched
right.
with human leather.
Aren't all humans just a soul bag anyway?
You got a point.
So I
Is
won't.
your skeleton piloting your body, or are you piloting your skeleton piloting your body?
I mean,
Yes.
my brain is piloting a biological mecha suit.
I'm just 3 kobolds in trench coats.
So late one night. Anyway,
Got him.
He says,
Once you discover the hoard, bring back as much as you can, or disable any obstacles that may be in your way, and we will carry it out if there's too much.
Is there typically an obstacle? Are there?
Usually, depending on the dragon. Nightmare dragons aren't foolish, and they're well versed in magics.
Great.
Ragnar, lead the way. Just kidding, bud. I'm just kidding.
but do it.
But also,
No.
you got it.
Let's go.
We'll let the
Start walking forward.
go first.
Oh, please, no. Don't trigger every trap, and I'd say, I'm like, don't trigger all the traps. Come on.
You can try to hold me back.
I'm not.
Just try it on his shoulders. Levitate, hold on to the back of his
We've
breastplate.
done this before.
We have.
So what's the order in distance that you enter into the cavern?
I will be last.
Okay.
I'll be like 10 feet behind him.
Okay.
I will cautiously go first.
Okay. As you begin heading into this cavern, it opens up, and with your dark vision, you're able to look around, and your newly acquired dark vision, you're able to look around
Hey, we
the
all have dark
entirety
vision.
of this cavern. It is large enough to comfortably set that dragon that lived here. He may had ample room, but you don't see a speck of gold or treasure or anything. Roll me a perception check, and just for
With my bonuses.
just for giggles.
Hey, why?
Yeah.
But why?
30.
30, you say.
30. Is it dirty 30?
I had one of those.
I hope it's not a natural 30.
It is. They're all natural.
Wait, what?
You could if you roll percentile.
But you know what you didn't roll?
Put it down.
I mean, technically, everything's a percentile.
No.
False.
Yeah. Each side
What'd
is
you
just
get?
5%. 30.
You walk into this room and you kind of look around, right? Where into the room do you go into?
What shape is it?
It is round.
Round. I walk toward the right side.
And it's probably, I'd say it's about 50 feet across, 50 feet wide.
So I kind of hug the right side of it.
You all see Perry hugging the wall and moving around.
None?
After a second, Damon followed suit.
Yeah, I followed him.
Hang on. Can he see?
Nope.
Well, let me do something about that.
No.
Yeah, I pull the torch out of my bag and I light it.
As he goes to light, I cast light on the torch.
I lights it anyways.
Works. And I follow him.
And then I cast spark on the torch too, so it's a lit torch that's also lit.
That's lit.
And I give
Liddy,
it some weed.
lit.
You're all just
Okay.
hugging this wall.
Yes.
Make the full
Is this go
perimeter.
anywhere?
It goes in a
Okay.
big circle.
And then
There's
I'll go
nothing in there.
10 feet in.
I look up into
and do the
the
same thing
roof.
in a circle.
You step 10 feet in.
I look up.
And make another circle.
Is anybody?
Barry.
Then 10 feet in. We're being methodical.
Do you follow or do you?
No, I
watch?
stop and I watch.
I'll watch.
I also look up. No. Huh?
Don't say.
I mean, you almost never look up.
You all see this symbol appear on the ground. Looking down at it, you're like, "Oh, neat! I need a will save."
A 30 didn't do it?
No.
Okay. About 20, I think. I think 20. Plus 9. 11 plus 9. Yeah.
Goldfish.
So the ground illuminates. You look up at like your group, right? As suddenly you get that sinking feeling, and you all just see Perry disappear. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Bye, Barry.
Let's leave on that note.